Hello everybody and welcome to Zara's Story Block. I'm Zara Aryana Mandan and today I'm going to be reading for you Billie B. Brown, The Perfect Present, written and illustrated by Sally Ribbon. Chapter 1. Billie B. Brown has one mixing bowl, one packet of sultanas, and one sticky spoon in her hand. Do you know what the B in Billie B. Brown stands for? Bursting. Billie B. Brown is bursting with excitement. Do you know why? Because tomorrow it's Christmas. Billie and Jack are making gingerbread cookies. Jack is Billie's best friend. He lives right next door. So here's Billie with an apron, sultanas, a mixing bowl, and a sticky spoon with the mixture. Gingerbread cookies sure do sound delicious. Yum. And they're even fun for decorating. Jack has come over to help Billie and her dad make the cookies. The cookies are different shapes and sizes. They are going to be Christmas presents if Billie and Jack can stop eating them. Billie and Jack are so excited that they're just being a teensy bit silly. This one's for Grandma. And this one's for me, Billie says. She pops a cookie into her mouth. Jack laughs. This one's for Uncle Pete, and this one's for kids, says Billie's dad. Are you icing those biscuits or eating them? He takes the other tray of biscuits out of the oven. Both, giggles Billie. Billie's mom walks into the kitchen. She has 2 big bags of shopping. Hey kids, she says, Dad and I have things to do. How about you can go play outside? Presents, Billie whispers to Jack. He is licking the icing off his arm. Even sometimes I do that. Jack grins. Billie grabs his hand and they both rush out to the back door outside. I know what I'm getting for Christmas, Billie boasts. When we're outside, I'll tell you. Really? What? Jack says. I'll show you, says Billie. What happened? Chapter 2. Jack follows Billie down to the back of her garden. There is a little green shed next to the chook pen. The chickens see Billie and Jack and they squawk loudly. Shh, says Billie. Mom and Dad will hear that we're here. Billie pushes the gate open. It's creaky. Are you allowed in there? Jack says. He looks a little bit worried. Well, not really, says Billie. But don't worry, Mom and Dad will never know. And here's Billie, and she's trying to shh the noisy chickens. And here's Jack. He's looking worried and confused. It's dark and dusty, full of cobwebs, Jack says. But the corner shines something bright. It's a brand new bike. Wow, Jack says. That's a cool bike. Sure is, says Billie proudly. I can't wait to ride it. Jack hangs his head. I wish I was getting a bike, he says. You're so lucky. When I asked my mom and dad, they said my old bike was still just fine. Billie feels sorry for Jack. Since he was 4, it is definitely getting too small for him. Maybe you can borrow mine, Billie says, or have my old one. My old one's bigger than yours. That's pretty generous of her. Jack looks cross. I don't want your old bike. I want a new one. Well, it's not fair. Well, it's not my fault, says Billie. Well, you shouldn't have been peeking, Jack grumbles. That's cheating. I bet you peek sometimes, Billie frowns. I don't. Never, Jack says. Billie and Jack frown at each other. They're both feeling annoyed. I'm going home, says Jack. Well, so am I, says Billie. Billie and Jack storm out of the shed. Jack squeezes through the hole in the fence, and soon he was gone. Billie runs to her door. Billie is cross that she forgets to do a very important thing. Do you know what she has forgotten? She has forgotten to close the shed door. Uh-oh. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. After dinner, Billie helps her dad wrap up the biscuits in pretty and shiny paper. She makes cards for the presents. Billie puts an extra biscuit on Jack's packet. She feels bad that she was cross with him. She also feels sorry for him because she is getting a new bike and he isn't. Billie thinks about her beautiful new bike. She feels very excited. Billie jumps up from the table and does a little jiggle. She sings a made-up song. It's Christmas, it's Christmas, it's squishy wishy Missmas. Billie is almost bursting with excitement again. Billie's dad smiles. Yep, only one more sleep. How exciting. Just then, Billie's mom comes in the back door. She has a funny look on her face. Billie, you haven't been in the shed, have you? No? Billie says in a little burst. Of course not. Why would I? Says Billie's dad. He looks at her mom and frowns. Well, I hope not, Billie's mom says, because Jack's parents are hiding his presents there. It would be terrible if he saw it before tomorrow. Jack's present? Says Billie. That's right, says her dad. I hope your kids weren't snooping around there this afternoon. That would spoil the surprise now, wouldn't it? Billie looks down. She can't believe that the beautiful new bike is for Jack and not for her. The big happy bubble feeling is in her belly, burst like a balloon. Time for the bed now, her mom says. We'll come to tuck you in soon. Billie rushes upstairs, brushes her teeth, and puts on her pajamas. She climbs into bed to wait for her mom and dad. She tries hard not to cry. Maybe I will get a bike too, she thinks. Maybe Mom and Dad have hidden mine. my bike somewhere else. They knew I want a new bike. I've been asking them for ages. Billie's parents come right up to kiss her goodnight. Are you excited about tomorrow? Billie's dad says. Billie nods, but she is beginning to feel worried that her gift is for her neighbor. Chapter 4. The next morning, Billie is the first one awake in the whole house. She rushes up to her parents' bedroom and jumps up and down on the bed. Mom, Dad, she yells. It's Christmas! Get up, get up, get up! She sings a happy Christmas song. Billie runs downstairs, looks at all the presents under the tree, and squeals in excitement. Then she remembers. Billie walks all the way around the Christmas tree looking for her present. And look at her, the shiny Christmas tree and the present that they made yesterday. And here's Billie jumping around with her messy hair and her pajamas. There are lots of presents with her name on them. She has a long present, a square present, even a bumpy round present, but no bike-shaped present. Not even one of Billie's presents is big enough like a bike. She sighs. Billie opens up all her presents. She has lots of new things. Some new books, new paints, and a new dress. That she puts on right away, but no bike. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, Billie says in a little voice. She gives them both a big cuddle. Wait, says Billie's dad. We've got a present left. Look. Billie looks under some scrunched up paper. There's a little present with Billie's name on it. Billie picks it up and opens it inside. The tiny card says, look under the flower pot by the back door. It must be a clue. Maybe Billie has one more present. The flower pot by the back door. The flower pot by the back door. What a strange note. Billie walks outside to the flower pot. She looks inside, and you guessed it, she finds another note. Look under the apple tree. Billie smiles. This is a very strange present indeed. Billie runs to the apple tree and she finds a round box wrapped in Christmas paper. Billie unwraps the box. Inside is a bicycle helmet. Now Billie is confused. She lifts up the helmet and out of the box another note falls out. Billie opens the note and reads it. Look in the shed at the end of Jack's garden. Billie's heart begins to jump up and down. She feels a big smile stretch across her face. Her dad winks at her. Her mom smiles. Billie runs to the whole fence and squeezes through into Jack's garden. Just then Jack comes running out his door. He has a bicycle helmet on his head, a little note in his hand. Guess what, Billie? Jack shouts happily. My present is in our shed, is in your shed. And guess what? Billie laughed. My present is in your shed. Big bubbles of laughter burst out of Billie's mouth. She runs through the garden into Jack's little shed. Billie opens the shed door. Do you know what she finds inside? A beautiful brand new bike. In front there's a big letter B. That is the perfect present, the best Christmas ever. And that's the end of the story. So here's Billy and Jack riding their bikes, and Billy says it's the best Christmas ever. So the summary of this book is that Billy and her best friend Jack were making cookies. When they were finished, Billy and Jack went into Billy's shed and they saw a bike. And Billy thought that bike was for herself, but later she found out that she was so wrong. That bike was for Jack, not for her. So that night she felt very upset that she wanted a bike of her own. So the next day, it was Christmas Day. And after Billy had opened up all of her presents, she found a very tiny little note that said something. It was a clue. Then she went on to the next clue, then the next one, then the next one, until she saw Jack with a clue in his hand too. So at that time, Billy found out that her presents were at Jack's shed, and Jack found out that his present was at Billy's shed. And Billy was happy because she received her new bike, and Jack received his new bike, and that was a perfect present for both of them. And even I got 2 bikes on my birthday, but not on Christmas Day. One was from my dad, it was rainbow, and one was from my aunt. One was from my Rooney Fupi, which is my aunt, and it was blue, and I used to ride with my neighbor Jack. Not Jack, Harrison. And I hope you enjoyed this story that I read for you. And if you want to listen to more of my stories, like and subscribe to Zara's Story Blog. Bye!